If only there was a step-by-step guide that you could follow that would ensure your business created the success that you desire, whether that's having a 20-hour work week, 10K months, or a multiple six-figure income. Well, I hate to break it to you, but there is no such thing as the exact blueprint to business success. And I have spent over $100,000 on courses and programs and have yet to find this magical framework that worked consistently and long term to grow my business to where I wanted it to be. Now, I'm not discrediting taking courses or programs because I have learned so much from my mentors, met amazing people who have helped me level up so many times. And in fact, I will absolutely continue to be part of mastermind groups and programs like that forever and ever. And as a brand strategist, I know that the most powerful element of your brand is you, and you are 100% unique. You have your own vision, values, and voice, your own audience and expertise, and you have your own method of teaching or working with your clients that makes you different from your competitors. I hope you're excited by that concept, knowing that you already have what it takes to stand out and be successful, but you are afraid. I get it. The mind can tell some really awful stories and play a really awful soundtrack in your head. Like, what if I fail? Who am I to be doing this? What if they reject me? How am I supposed to make this work? I get it. I feel like that all the time. But I have a trick to push through this fear and make things happen. And it is so mind-blowingly easy that you might even roll your eyes at me. Are you ready? Do it anyway. Do it anyway. Do the thing. Do it scared. Take the messy action without overthinking it. The reality is, the thing that you're thinking about doing will not kill you, okay? Because we're talking about things like reaching out to someone for a connection or asking somebody if they want to work with you, sharing your pricing with a potential client, going to a networking event and introducing yourself. These things will not kill you. These types of actions, though, can make an absolutely huge difference in your business. It's not even about the what that you do. It's more about the fact that you're actually going to do it. I was listening to a podcast from Mel Robbins recently, and she sums this up so perfectly. I had to include it here. She said, action is the key to breaking down your excuses and your fear. And so taking messy action is really the core philosophy behind how I guide my clients to be successful as entrepreneurs. That is my framework for success. The power of taking messy action is that it creates momentum. And that is something that you need to feel unstoppable, to feel like you're making progress. It's a feeling, it's a mindset. It's all of these things that are really important put together to get you to move towards your next step, to move towards the goal that you have set for yourself. I discovered this power when I was hosting some virtual events a couple of years ago, and I was thinking about who would be a really great speaker that I could bring on to share with my audience and to give really great advice. And I thought of this big online influencer who I didn't have a relationship with, like we were not friends. I thought, ooh, what if I reached out to her and I asked her to be on this summit that I'm hosting? And I also thought, what if she says no? What if she just ghosts me? What if she rejects me? What if she says, how dare you ask? I don't do that kind of thing. Like, I literally know she's the kind of person who, makes eight figures in her business, probably gets paid tens of thousands of dollars to speak. And there's no way that I can do that. So all of these stories are playing in my head. And yet I decided, okay, I'm going to reach out to her. So I got on Instagram where I had some back and forth with her just as far as commenting on her stuff or sharing some of her stuff. And I sent her a video message in her DMs. And I was like, hey, I'm Kelly, and this is what I'm doing. And here's why I think you would be awesome for this. And I would love to see if you would be willing to like jump on and do this interview with me. And you guys, she said yes. And she said yes, like super fast too. I was so shocked and blown away. Like, and afterwards, and you can see this because I have a video of her talking about how I reached out. She went on her own stories, talked about how I reached out, said that I had lady balls. That was like, yes, this is amazing. So I felt so empowered and I had so much momentum after taking that action and seeing a result happen, especially so quickly. Sometimes we don't see results that quickly, right? But the next week, I had a potential client reach out and ask me for my rate, and I doubled it, and she still said yes. So it really started this whole snowball of like, what's the worst that could happen? That's what I think to myself every time I take an action or I'm thinking about what action that I could take. And as a result, I have landed podcasts, speaking opportunities, high ticket client projects, all because I put myself out there. And it really can be that simple for you too. As part of the Entrepreneur School community, we have these messy action team calls every week. And we get on and we share what our goals are and we figure out what the next messy action is to actually get there. And some amazing things have happened. Stacy, she reached out to one of her former clients and she got new business with that client in less than 10 minutes. Sam landed a high profile guest for her podcast. Alana made her first Instagram post about her business. Vivian reached out to a sponsor for an event, and Kristen shared about her new business on social media. You guys, these are all things that these women were nervous to do, were worried about doing, were maybe even not thinking about doing because of how simple they are. Sometimes we can get tied up in thinking about, oh, we have to do this big strategy and have this whole plan together. And that's great. And that can help you feel confident and comfortable in taking some actions. But sometimes it's like, just send an email. Just send that email and see what happens. And it might not be an immediate response and an immediate result like it was when I reached out to the influencer that I was reaching out to, but it might take months and that's okay too. But like the act of doing it is just as powerful as the result that comes from it when you get a response. So taking that first step is always a bit scary. And sometimes you just need someone in your corner to encourage you to do it. And that is me. Okay. I am here. I am in your corner. And you can literally reach out to me on Instagram if you want to let me know what messy action you're thinking of taking. I am 100% here for that. I would love my inbox to be flooded all day with you guys reaching out saying, this is what I'm going to do. And honestly, maybe that feels like a messy action. Maybe that feels nervous enough like you can take that, do that, and feel empowered from having taken the action of just reaching out to me. I'm happy to be your test subject. I'm happy to be your guinea pig. And I want you to know as well, I am not immune to fear. I am nervous right now creating this podcast episode for you, creating this podcast in general. This is huge. I have known I should do it for quite a long time, and I've just resisted, pushed it off, redirected myself just as much as you may have with whatever it is you're thinking about right now. I thought, what if they don't like it in this episode? What if they think I'm ridiculous? Because my theory, my framework, the way I look at success is literally just doing the thing. So who am I, right? To show someone how to be an entrepreneur. I certainly do not have all my shit together all the time. But here's how I get myself to do it anyway. The number one thing is reminding myself of why I am doing this. And in this instance, if I don't create this podcast, I might not get the chance to impact you. And that doesn't serve my mission. I know that you need to hear this message in order to feel supported and brave to do the challenging things that your life calls upon you to do. And ultimately, this is about helping more women take control of their lives, feel more joy while getting to express every part of who they are. Because when you get to be your own boss and share your gifts with the world, you get to be your ambitious, goal-driven self who wants to use her brain and who also wants to volunteer in her kids' classroom, bake cookies, and have fun family adventures. You get to show up as every part of who you are not just the professional woman who checks her personal life at the door. I know that I used to feel that way in my corporate job. So think about it. What is your why? What can you focus on that will motivate you to do the hard things? Messy action. That is the key to hitting your goals faster. You will do more, learn more, fail more, and succeed more when you can take that way of thinking and apply it to whatever your next step is right now. Entrepreneurship is not a theory. It's not about theory. And I hate to say this because I use the word strategist in my own title. It's not even really about strategy. Sure, there are some best practices. There are things that you can follow that will help you learn stuff faster. But you also have an incredible opportunity to learn on the go when you take action, see what happens, and then adjust as you need. I have created some amazing business plans and marketing strategies in 5 years of running my business. And those were necessary for me. They got me clear, they got me going on the right path, and it gave me a feeling of excitement and motivation to start working towards something. And that's important. But ultimately, action was all that mattered. So now I write my plans in dry erase marker because they often need to be changed multiple times a year. And that's okay. Trying to make the perfect plan is not going to be more effective than taking the first action and getting your ball rolling. And it's so simple. So I would love to hear what your bold, messy action is going to be. Please do drop into my DMs and let me know. I am here to cheer you on. And if you need more, you can also join our Entrepreneur School community by visiting us at entrepreneurschool.ca. So that is it for today. I can't wait to chat with you again soon.